Gray and Sam never parted ways and does things almost together every day. They must be a well-matched pair and be envied with their closeness. The two had dinner with friends and one guest asked Sam about his work. The lady seems intrigued with the closeness of Sam and Gray and asks Sam how long they've been together.
I'm doing my surgical residency in Mount Sinai Hospital with a specialty in heart transplants.
Oh, fabulous.
Thanks.
And how long have you two been together?
Us too. 30 years.
Sam said he's been together with Gray for 30 years, and the lady got shocked and asked Sam how come it was that long. And Sam reveals that Gray is actually his sister.
I'm sorry, did I miss something?
Well, you're kidding, right?
No.
Gray's my sister.
Oh my God, no, ick, no, I thought that you two were an item.
Everyone was so surprised since they thought Sam and Gray are a couple. They took a cab going back to home and the driver got an eye on Gray and intensely looking at her. The driver just kept on listening to Sam and Gray talking about getting into each other a date since most people think they are a couple. Gray is an advertising copywriter and really considers her career a top priority. With this, she seems to forget on looking for someone to be with. Her attention is on her job and life with her brother. But this seems to get out of hand. Gray actually feels frustrated and feels like there's a competition between her and Sam. Gray hires a psychologist that she thinks can help her deal with her anxiety and her mental health. Whenever she feels uncomfortable with what she feels and thinks, she goes to see her psychologist for some advice.
For how you feel when you think about going on a date. Closed for repairs.
A day at the park, Sam and Gray comes to meet this beautiful lady, and Gray immediately makes a move to know Charlie, since she really wanted her brother to get into a date.
The beef jerky twist? I'm Charlie. Originally Charlotte, but it always seemed too long and never quite suited me, so.
Both Sam and Gray able to talk to Charlie at that moment. Gray must be feeling an attraction towards Charlie, but didn't bother about it since she wants Sam to have a date with Charlie.
What are you waiting for?
What?
She's leaving.
I see she's leaving. All right. Excuse me. Look, since you're new in town, if you're not doing anything tonight, maybe you'd like to join us. We're going out for some tapas and some bad Spanish wine if you'd like to join us. I just said that. Would you like to join us? 3 times.
Yeah, I'd love to.
It took only one date for Sam and Charlie to really get along, but during those moments, Gray must be feeling jealous towards Sam and seeing her brother finally getting a much needed relationship. Gray having mixed emotions as she sees Sam and Charlie kiss. The next day, Sam came home happy and excited. He tells Gray how perfect Charlie is, and to Gray's surprise, Sam asks Charlie to marry him.
Because I asked her to marry me.
What?
Gray disapproves since Sam and Charlie hardly knew each other, but Sam insisted that Charlie is the one, and Charlie said yes, and they are getting married the coming weekend.
You don't even know her. She could be an axe murderer for all you know. Get the ball, not get the ring.
Gray, we're going to Vegas this weekend and we are going to get married.
Everything seems so fast, especially for Gray, but since she loves her brother, she supports him. The three went to Las Vegas, and the night before the wedding, Gray and Charlie spent the night together singing and dancing. They got so drunk that night, and Charlie can't hardly change clothes. Gray helping Charlie to get dressed. Then suddenly Charlie kisses Gray, and they shared a passionate kiss that made Gray feel like that's the one thing she is waiting for. It's realizing she is actually into girls. That kiss made her realize that she is gay.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Gray wasn't able to sleep and waited for Charlie to wake up. Then Charlie seems not to remember anything that night. Gray feeling so uncomfortable and wants to ask Charlie about what happened, since she knows she just kissed her brother's soon-to-be wife. Unfortunately, Charlie never remembers anything that happened between her and Gray.
I know it was one of those crazy spontaneous moments, but don't you feel weird at all?
Not really. I mean, I know it may seem strange, but the whole thing feels really natural.
Natural? I don't feel natural. I feel subnatural.
Comes the wedding day, and Gray feels that she doesn't want with the wedding to push through since she is now feeling something for Charlie.
This is nuts.
But before I continue, I must ask if there's anybody here who has any objection whatsoever to the union of these two lovebirds.
I'm sorry. Carry on. Go ahead.
Sam and Charlie got married, and Gray was not that happy. From then on, Gray feels unsure about her sexual preference, and she tries to get dates from different men, but it only gives her the realization that she really likes women. Gray took a cab and comes to see the driver again. It took guts for him to reveal that he likes Gray.
I'm crazy about you. And I'm counting the minutes until I see you again.
Hey, that's my line.
He kisses Gray, but unfortunately, Gray didn't really feel anything towards him. Surprisingly, the driver knew Gray is gay since every time she talks about Charlie, she is so happy.
So you're gay? Big deal.
How did you know?
Just a feeling, I suppose. That and the fact that you haven't shut up about Charlie all night.
Gray finally had the guts to talk to her brother and came out to him. Sam is happy for Gray since he knows about it when they were still young.
I'm gay.
Great that you're coming out.
Don't tell me you knew.
Great. Of course I knew.
How can you know when I didn't even know?
Gray, I'm like 7 times smarter than you. I've known since 2nd grade when you had a crush on Mrs. Wertheimer and tried to look up her skirt.
She was cute, wasn't she?
Then Gray admits that she falls in love with Charlie, and that breaks Sam so bad and tells his sister to leave the apartment.
Your wife!
His wife.
Yours! I'm in love with Charlie!
Gray, I want you to pack up all your shit and get it out of the apartment by the time I get home tonight because we're done, all right? We're done.
Charlie is so confused since she has no idea why Gray left. She has no idea about the kissing thing with Gray since she was so drunk that time. Charlie convinced Sam to talk to Gray because she knows Sam loves his sister.
You love your sister.
Yes, I love my sister. How about you? Do you love my sister?
Of course I love your sister. I think she's great.
Great. How great?
What are you getting at?
Sam went to see Gray at her office and they patched up things. Gray didn't know they are on camera, and all of the employees, including her boss, heard their conversation and that Gray is gay. She didn't like it and cried since she felt humiliated. But it turns out that her friends and office mates accepted her.
What about you? Have you met anyone yet?
Not yet.
Really? Girls should be lining up around the block for you. What's your type?
I don't have a type.
I mean, like the basics, like brunette, blonde, short, tall.
Gray and her driver friend went to a gay bar. Gray tries to look for someone and wants to try to have a date. To her surprise, she saw her boss at the bar. Her boss saw her and went towards her and immediately made a connection.
I had no idea you were gay.
That makes 2 of us.
You're not just coming out, are you?
Bloomies.
Listen, I have this beautiful bottle of cognac that I just brought back from France, and I'd love to share it with you.
Then after, Gray felt so relieved and feels like she can be just her real self. Want more queer content? Then please subscribe and hit the notification bell.